Hey folks, early November 2023 on the cottage here. I saw some comments on some other videos about raised beds and permaculture, and we have some, it's kind of late in the year, so you're not going to really get the full effect, but if you refer back to, if I can remember to go back and put it in, there's a video Vanessa did called her Chaos Garden, and I think it really captures the concept and the essence of permaculture gardening pretty well inside of a raised bed. So I'm just going to give you a quick tour of what I think is the closest thing we have to a permaculture raised bed. Okay, so this guy's about 4 feet by 16 feet, 5 feet by 16 feet roughly. And so in here we have layers and layers and layers of different things. We've got ground cover in the form of strawberries. We have asparagus for perennial vegetables that we transplanted in here. These are pots just sitting here. We've got glads for prettiness because we love them. That's important. You got to have everything in here. Dahlias. We have status for pollinators. We've got a couple of apples. There's one right there. And I'm just going to slowly roll across here. There's one right there as well. In the middle here is going to go a pear tree. Right smack in the middle here. And then we've got, oh my goodness, the name escapes me, cardoon. We've got a couple of cardoon perennials in here that look like they're actually going to make it. It's the first time we've actually had a cardoon survive and grow. But that's what's currently in here November the 4th. What was in here in the spring and summer was a riot of things. We had sunflowers, we had squash, we had tomatoes, we had, oh my goodness, I can't remember what else. So we had a real combination of annuals and perennials that are planted in here for a variety of purposes. Aesthetics, for things that we like. This is the center feature bed in our yard, and aesthetically forms kind of the focal point of the backyard. So for us, it's important that we have both things, aesthetics and function, going in here. So between the perennial vegetables, asparagus, the fruit trees, the cardoon, there's going to be some more perennial style vegetables go in here, probably some viners of some kind. We're not exactly sure. We had scarlet runner beans growing up the back, which we're going to do way more of next year. You know, this is a bed that, you know, we don't pull much out of here at the end of the year. We cut things off to try to, you know, resist disturbing the soil as much as we can, disturbing the root systems. And everything is just gonna, you know, we're just gonna plant the things that we like. Things are gonna live, things are gonna die, and we'll sort that all out. But there's gonna be a combination of all sorts of different things. Super deep mulch, tons of organic matter and logs in the bottom of that bed. So we'll probably put some mycelium in here to get some mushrooms growing as well. You're going to see a little bit of everything in this bed. And I think that kind of encapsulates the idea of a permaculture system, in that we have maybe not true concept of guilds, but in essence, we have the spirit of guilds all over the place. And that's how we've done one example of a raised bed permaculture system. Now I'm just going to slowly turn the camera here so I don't get anybody motion sickness. Take a look at another, what I would call permaculture bed. Again, we have ground cover in the form of strawberries. We've got loads of gladius because we love them. Status is in here right now, but we have also two stone fruit cocktail trees, one there and one over there. And we're gonna espalier those along the wall of the greenhouse here. And underneath that, we're gonna grow flowers. We've got, you can see it here, we've got nodding onions in all of these beds as well. So we'll get an establishment of perennial, productive food producing things mixed into, you know, the fruit and the aesthetics, the pollinator support, the aromatic diffusers and things like that that are helpful for pests and so on and so forth. So we've got a little bit of everything there. Now moving along, I'm just pumping water today and filling up totes from our rainwater collection. Here's another bed that I would call probably on the same line. And this bed has one primary job. There's going to be a lattice that I put up on the back side of this bed to cover in these totes. And as you can see, we've got vining plants here that have proven in one season that if we give them some time and some structure, they're gonna basically visually erase these totes from the sight line in the yard. And that's the primary job of this bed. We've got several different viners. I don't even know what most of them are called, to be honest, but vining plants are Vanessa's deal. But inside of that system, I also have thimbleberry. I've got a couple, 3 or 4 of them in here, and then some pots that need to get planted out, of course, because that's just the story of our life. But thimbleberry is a native berry to the Pacific Northwest, and it is one of the few true shade-tolerant berry plants that will produce good fruit in the shade. And this, I'm facing basically almost due south, and I'm just going to slowly tip the camera up. We have a pretty significant fir canopy above us, and the sun basically comes up and goes straight over top of this system. So everything here is very shade, heavy shade. So I'm excited to see what the thimbleberries do over time. They're a rhizome spreader. They should fill out the bed, and they get these big, beautiful maple leaf looking leaves and wonderful, really delicate fruit that we're really excited to see. And they'll get to be 5 or 6 feet tall. We'll see if they'll do that in this bed or not. But again, another, I would say, kind of a permaculture concept raised bed where you have multiple functionality happening in one space. And that's probably it, you know, for the permaculture raised beds. But I hope it gives you an idea that you can take the concepts of permaculture and growing food in different spaces and apply it to your raised beds. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, do give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Share it with your friends.